Good morning, LRFC guys, family. Another day, and today, obviously, we're gonna got big game against our bitter rivals, Everton. Tomorrow, we're gonna watch Arsenal versus Chelsea today. Hopefully, Arsenal drop some points to give us that little bit more hope, motivation for the players to absolutely go for the necks of Everton. You know what I mean? So, but before we get into that, you guys know the housekeeping rules. Please like the video. Let's just get us up to at least 50 likes. Get us up to 50 likes, whether you're watching it live or watching it later on. Hit that as soon as you hear me say it. Please just do it. Doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps the channel get out there. It helps the channel. It pushes it out there for more people to see the channel and be part of this growing amazing institute called LRFC. But anyway, that's out of the way. Today we're going to be discussing obviously the pre-match stuff with Everton in a bit. But before that, we want to, like, what was interesting to me yesterday was news broke out sometime in the afternoon saying that Ruben Amorim has rejected Liverpool, or Liverpool are unlikely to get him now. And let's just say that news absolutely caused a storm and panic. It caused a massive panic on X, formerly known as Twitter. And so some of the people that I've been seen on there have absolutely lost their heads. Some have gone so far that they're considering taking on Mourinho. Could not believe my eyes. Some even were even worse and asking for Brendan Rodgers back. And obviously some are just delusional and hoping Klopp reconsiders. I might share that with them in that delusion, but I doubt that he will do that. When a manager like Klopp says he's leaving, guys. And so we have to come to terms with it. But we're going to discuss it. We're going to discuss it right now. Ruben Amorim. Yesterday, Ornstein broke the news saying that West Ham are interested in Amorim and that he was unlikely to sign for Liverpool now. And before that, what he used to say was, Ornstein, that is, he would say Liverpool are the Amorim is the priority for Liverpool. However, the Derby is unlikely. He was saying that as well. So now both managers have become unlikely. The two managers that were quite up there. But what I wanted to talk about specifically was, number one, I don't know why people are losing their heads over someone that they just really honestly, if you be honest with yourself, you really just heard about him quite recently and didn't really, I don't understand where the attachment came from. Was you watching too much of his team? As soon as the Alonso news came out that he wasn't coming, did you really attach yourself that quick to a manager that hasn't been confirmed? I haven't. I still had my doubts over Amorim because he was not my first choice. My first choice was obviously Alonso. If he didn't work out, it had to be, for me, the Zerbi. The Zerbi had to be the guy that we went for, but we went for Amorim, and I was like, okay, I don't mind. I'll give this guy a chance if he does come. But I don't know why you guys are losing your heads. But some of the stuff that you guys were saying was quite interesting to me about, for example, putting the Zerbi down so much, and I don't understand where you guys get your information from, because some of the guys were saying the Zerbi is completely trash. I would never want him. I would rather have the Zerbi. I would rather have Brendan Rodgers back. I'd rather have Mourinho. And that just got me thinking, what the hell? Like, are you not judging the Zerbi on some sort of are you judging him on an a really, really unfair pedestal, because let's be real, Brighton, before, you think it was a continuation between Potter and De Zerbi, that they were like the same team, but they weren't. Potter's team were decent, yeah, decent. They could compete with you from time to time, but they will never ever dominate like some of the big teams. Maybe Man United once or twice, but we know that. Sorry, we know the issues with Man United. Man United can't play football at the moment. They can't dominate nothing. You saw what they did yesterday in the Championship. So one thing, let's get one thing straight. De Zerbi, when he came into Brighton, elevated Brighton's performances in almost all metrics. Yeah. He elevated their possession. They were roughly averaging about just about 50% when Potter left. When De Zerbi came in, it jumped up to 60%. There was actually a point in time of last season where they were averaging the most possessions in the league. There was actually a point with that they were just destroying Man City in it, and it was like Brighton, City, and then it was, I believe, Arsenal, and then Liverpool. And so they changed their possession, so they became a really good possession team. Number two, they are undoubtedly, when he has his players available, because Colwell is a big difference. Calm on the ball, composed, very high ceiling, left in the summer to go back to Chelsea, and now they're back with Lewis Dunk. Lewis Dunk, he's done so well, like under the Zerbi system, that obviously Southgate has given him a place in England, but we all know the limitations of his play. So we can see some of the players he's made a household name. March, who's been injured now for almost, and he'll be injured for the rest of the season. I think he's got a really bad injury. He's made Christian Gross. No, not Christian. Sorry, Gross. He's made him like an unplayable player, someone that none of you lot will think about before he was playing in the Championship. He's made Mitoma a household name. He's made, obviously, he's lost McAllister and Caicedo, which is massive, and he's got Welbeck up front, and all of that to still be in the top half of the Premier League, plus juggling Europa, so playing 2 to 3 times a week this season with the squad limitations that he had. Guys, I'm telling you, and still just stop looking at stats too much. Stop looking at like the league table or whatever. Just look how he plays against Liverpool. Just analyze that. I know that's the game that you're probably going to watch the most. So watch that game back and see. You tell me if that's not a good manager, the way he sets up his team. And then the rest is up to the players. He'll set them up well. He'll coach them, and he'll coach them and drill them in a certain way. And then it's for the players to execute. And he's absolutely leveled up their play with his tactics, because he's actually instructed them to be in really good positions to utilize it, to take advantage of some of the Premier League teams that do try and press him. So, for example, I'm going to go back. I'm not even going to talk about Brighton, because Brighton, you should be able to see that. But I'm sure I'm going to go back to his days at Sassuolo and also Shakhtar Donetsk, to show you that he's very, very consistent. And I'm also going to talk about his limitations or his weaknesses as well. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's just giving you some of his weak points and that's it, dismiss him. When he loses, for example, when he lost to Roma 4-0, go watch the game back. Go watch the game back. He will dominate in Roma. However, Roma broke. They had a good counter attack, and they didn't have, for me, adequate enough players to. Lewis Dunk, for example, was just getting done by Lukaku all day. And in his system, you got to be able to defend 1v1 confidently. So let's go, guys. Let's go into it. Yeah. So we'll start off. I think you Sassuolo, and the way he sets up his team. Yeah. Let's have a look here. There's his keeper. He's got the two centre backs right next to the keeper, yeah. And then he gets his two midfielders. The two, by the way, he plays a 4-2-3-1, yeah. So he gets the two to come really deep, and this entices the team to push up really high on his teams. Once he does that, he likes to intricately play through them. So he'll entice them to come forward. They'll find one of the fullbacks and one of the striker, either the striker or the number 10, will drop in deep. Here you've got Druick. He drops deep, so he can either, if they commit too many men for them to deal with, he will drop. So the keeper's got an option to just chip it into him because there's a massive gap, and he's got a striker still up on the line. So no defender wants to come down all the way here and leave a one-on-one with them with a striker. So he drops in and gives him that extra option. If that's not available and they're just holding off a little bit, they'll play through the fullbacks, and then still he'll drop in deep and give it to Rodrigo. Regirio here, and then he'll give it into the number 10. And once he gives it into the number 10, you'll see the fullbacks going high and wide, and then those players start to come out from deep, and they'll utilize it and go through you with combination play and absolutely destroy you. Now, picture that happening with some of the players Liverpool's got. Here, once he's inside the attacking half, this is with Shakhtar Donetsk. He's got 5 men that occupy the front line, yeah? Then he's got the wide players, and then he's got look at number 38 here, who would be like a McAllister who combines the play, who also plays intricately 1-2s or first time touches in order for to utilize these spaces. You see these gaps in between the centre backs and the full backs, and they absolutely destroy teams like that. And they've got the two, what is it, their rest defense here, the two guys at the back here are happily ready to defend if the ball goes over the top and they lose the ball. Quick comment here from Hollywood Rock. He says, Mourinho in. I told you, look, there's people calling for Mourinho. There are people out there calling for Mourinho. And he's got a devil emoji, meaning that he just wants to cause mischief. And I don't want to have, I don't want a Mourinho destroying what Klopp has built with regards to the team cohesion, the team bonding. Because Mourinho, the first thing he does that. He riles up the players. You know what I mean? And you heard Schweinsteiger last week come out saying that how he was dismissed without being even talked to. So imagine Mourinho starts doing that to the players. It'll become quite toxic quite quickly. But anyway, continuing. Here again, this is his high press when he's defending. Look at this. Klopp-esque, ready to bounce on that loose ball or the trigger when it happens. And they get sorry guys, and they get most of their goals like this. So he's very, very similar. He's got similar traits to a Klopp. He's got the press, but one thing he does have that Klopp don't have is that ability to coach a team to play on the ball through presses, high presses. You saw what Atalanta did to us. Atalanta went from man-to-man marking, man-to-man press, and guess what? What happened? We couldn't handle it, and we were doing just long balls. So I think seeing that, even if it doesn't work out for a year, I think he can coach the team to a good level. And if it doesn't work out in a year or two, then by all means, go for like a bigger established manager. But I think to dismiss him as like I would never have him is absolutely crazy to me. And then finally, here's his weakness. I'll be honest with you, this is his weakness. But then again, we've got strong guys in defense that would back this up. So his weakness is definitely the crossings. The crosses is vulnerable to conceding from crosses, and this for me it also has to deal with the personnel. If you've got someone like Virgil van Dijk who will knock those away all day, every day, I think we'll be okay with that. But regards as well, we will have a lot of one-on-one situations as well. So Liverpool, I think, have got the players capable of dealing with that, and he can identify people as well. Like there'll be players coming in as well and out. But yeah, that was about it. I just wanted to get that out of the way, guys, and make sure that you guys understood that the Zerbi is a viable option and should not be dismissed. Let's have a look at your comments. I'd rather have him than Arne Slot. That brother looks like Bill Goldberg from wrestling, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I don't know much about Slot other than that in one picture he kind of looked like Brad Friedel, and I was like, I was confused. I go, is that Brad Friedel or not? Joe Paul says Mourinho, no, 100%. Hell to the no. And Andrew says, I know beats. Yes, Andrew, welcome to the stream. Appreciate it. Need Chelsea to win tonight. Yeah, win or draw, either or. Obviously, the win is better, but the draw we don't mind either. So, hopefully that does happen, guys. Remember to like this, like the stream, please, because we're trying to hit 50 likes. That way, it gets pushed to everyone, and we'll get more subscribers, and more people will be able to see it. James Smith says here, I can't believe we're struggling for a manager. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, honestly. Why Liverpool are taking so long. I'm hoping that Hughes himself, who's a big fan of De Zerbi, is actually, trying to convince Edwards. But I know why Edwards as well doesn't want to go for a De Zerbi, because a De Zerbi is very prickly. He's very demanding. Just like all top managers, man, they're demanding. They need resources when things are not going okay. You know what I mean? They need resources. For example, De Zerbi this time was angry at Brighton's board for not backing him in January when all the injuries happened and they stayed away from it, especially having freaking so much money from the Caicedo deal. Janet Elliott, how are you doing? Hi, Nobies. What's your opinion on our next manager? Yeah, that's what we're discussing. If you watch it back, I was just discussing some of the options that that we do have, and I was just putting up my thoughts on my favorite to take over, which is De Zerbi, and I hope that he does that. But if he doesn't, we'll move in it. But we'll see. Fozy here says, smash the likes. Yes, guys. But before we move on, I just wanted you guys to see one video, a quick video of Kevin Prince Boateng. I don't know if you guys remember Kevin Prince Boateng, who used to play for Germany, and I'll show you. Let's get to here. Let me make that bigger. Hopefully it matches it. There you go. There you go. I'm going to show you exactly what he says. We'll watch it together, and then we'll just comment about some of the temperament or what kind of person De Zerbi is. And a lot of people, I say he's very, very similar personality-wise to a Klopp. Klopp is more engaging, but I think in private, he's very, very simple. He's very, very similar. Sorry. Fozy says, what's up, bro? What's up? Hope you're doing well. Love that picture, you know. The yellow background. Yeah, sick. But yeah, so let's have a watch, yeah. And you guys tell me. I don't know, a lot of people haven't watched this yet, and it's from the enemy's channel, which is Ferdinand's channel, I believe. So let's have a look.
Was there any reputation? Just that he's crazy. He was the coach of a smaller team in Italy. I don't remember the name. They were doing really good, but they got relegated. But they played like unbelievable football.
Can you guys hear? Just confirm. Put one up to see if you can hear it, please. Because I don't want to be starting to watch it and then you guys can't hear it. Put a one down if you can hear it, guys.
But they didn't have the possibility to buy players. So, and then he got the job at Sassuolo because my agent made it. So my agent called me and they said, De Zerbi wants you. And I was like, where? And he said, Sassuolo. I said, what I'm going to do in Sassuolo? And he's like, trust me, you want to work with this guy. First phone call, he convinced me.
What did he say?
He just said, come, I will make you the best player you've ever been. He
That's
said,
enough.
He said, I will put players around you who are going to play only for you. They're going to serve you. You're going to play false nine, and you're going to play the best football you've ever played in your life. And I
Was
said,
you already leaving the house before putting the
Packing the bags
I was
right
in the train already. I was in the train already.
There you go. There's a similar trait right there. He can make a player go on cloud 9. He can motivate players, yeah? So the guy who doesn't know him, doesn't know nothing about him, but his conversation was enough to get Kevin Prince Boateng to be like, oh, I'm ready for this. Like, he gassed him up so much. He absolutely motivated him so much that he was ready to move before even the phone call ended. So there's one, yeah. That's one point that he's got with Klopp, who's a similar kind of motivator.
So that was the first conversation, and it took off. I said, I'm coming.
And what's the weather like in Sassuolo?
Yeah. What's he like,
I've
though?
been in Sassuolo. I don't know where it is, but this conversation with him,
You didn't care where it was.
I said, I'm coming.
But what makes him great? Because we see the tactical side of things when you look out onto the pitch, but no one really knows on a training ground what this guy's like.
He's always 150%. He has always fire. Like, there's never a day where he doesn't want to work. Intense. He has fever. He comes. He's there, and he's the guy who talks the most, explains the most, and he wants from you 100% every day, every session, 100%. Don't joke around. Don't laugh. There's no time for that. He said we can laugh before, we can laugh afterwards. Training is no laughing. Concentrate on the control of the ball, of the passing, of the pace, of the positioning. If your position is, I'm telling you, 15 centimeters off, stop. And then you go here, it's like, what are you?
So he's screaming.
Oof. Bro, this guy takes off his pants.
There's another thing there. You know when Klopp is not getting the right response from his players, you see how crazy he gets. Similar, this is demanding coaches, guys. The only way to improve if you get demanding coaches, guys that will hold you accountable, push you. They know what's your ability, so they're not gonna push you beyond what they know that you can do, but they will be on your case if you can't bloody if you start to slack. And this is where his fire comes from, 150% during training, no joking, no laughing. Guess what? Afterwards, bubbly guy. After training, nice. Before training, nice. Soon as training starts, let's get our game faces on, because that's what you need, man. Let's keep watching.
Wow.
He takes off his pants, he rips off his shirt, he tackles you.
The manager's tackling you.
Tackling you. If he sees you're a little bit tired in the morning, he's like, you awake? You say, yeah. He passes you the ball, and he runs behind it and tackles you. So you have to dribble him. He's like, okay, he's awake. Like this.
Wow. Are you doing that, Steve?
No.
No, it's just like this.
So if you're 15 centimeters off, what was he saying?
Stop. Why are you don't know the position? And he said, go there. You do like this. And he's like, what is he on about? Yeah, that's the right position. It's a perfect position because the ball from here comes right there on your right foot. From here comes on your left foot. If you stand there, it doesn't come on your left foot because the defender can put out his foot to block the pass. Crazy. And you're like, come on, okay.
Is it just drill?
Possession, pace, drill, everything.
Classroom.
Classroom, he shows you everything. Overlap too long, too late, too early.
Timing. I think timing seems a big thing. For it. Is that true? Timing seems to me is one of the biggest components.
When to drop with the number 6, when the 8 comes inside, the timing is everything.
The wide man to come in sometimes.
Exactly.
Was he doing the same style of play now he's doing now at Brighton, where you're trying to entice the opposition press?
Come.
He wants you to come.
If we had teams that didn't press, we were struggling because you have to play wide and then wait and come and like find the holes. When they came press, he was like, ooh, he was happy. He was like, come press, please.
What is his move for a team up?
There you go. For me, that's going to be against the big teams. Big teams, he would love it because they'll be inclined to press. They want to be on the front foot. And Liverpool could finally start to be able to deal with a team that presses, because even though we do press, we are absolutely quite not so good at dealing with presses. If you guys see, like, we used to be able to bypass it with Van Dijk's long balls, but they've clocked onto that. So now they know to make sure that there's a wide guy stays wide with whoever, if it's Salah or Elliott. But now, this guy, he's an expert. And Klopp, and what's his name? That's why Klopp found it very, very difficult to play against the Zerbi, because we press and we would actually walk into it. Like, you go back to last season and you saw how they freaking went through us, and we had no answer to it. No answer at all. No answer. And that's a Brighton. Imagine him doing it at Liverpool. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Janet says, I've watched this. Yeah. We probably already have a new hold on, we probably already have a new manager that's already agreed upon with FSG. I seriously doubt we couldn't find a new manager with over half a year's notice. 100%, man. I think for me, I'm holding a bit of hope, thinking like they need the season to be ended before they could talk about the Zerbi, because talking about it now can actually cause issues. And Brighton, Brighton will go crazy and demand some high fee. So that's what I'm hoping, but that's not what the information out there is saying. The Zerbi is absolutely not part of it anymore. I don't get the Zerbi hate from fans. He's a good manager to me. 100%. This is why I don't understand. Yesterday, the craziness that was happening. Takes off his pants and he's passionate, man. Go see it. I'm telling you, you guys need to go see him live. Like I went a couple of times. Brighton's not too far from where I am. Just go see them, the way they play, the way they hold on to the ball, and the way he goes crazy on the sidelines when things are not happening correctly. The Zerbi isn't for me, mate. Let me know, Lewis. Let me know why before we continue. We'll continue, but let me know why. We'll go through it, as Hollywood Rock says, because there's a little bit more that I wanted to show you guys.
Just sits.
Yeah, you play wide. So he would adapt. He would change the formation right away. Play 5 in the back with 2 wide players who just stays on the line to open them up. Then he would play 2 strikers, one who drops, the other one who just.
He done that against United. That's what he done against United.
So he plays 2 strikers, one who's going to drop, the other one who's going to keep the defenders in the back. So he doesn't want the other striker to get the ball. He doesn't want. He just drops the defender. So there's a little gap in the middle.
Oh. He done it with actually Welbeck was dropping as a 10 and Lallana.
Welbeck was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he just adapts for every situation, and he's just a cycle, like a positive cycle. He will sit with you at dinner, he will not talk to you, he will just think about the game on Saturday.
The best coach you had?
Best coach ever.
Man, Klopp, he had Klopp.
Person ever.
Did you know?
You hear that? He goes, remember Prince Boateng, also there's a video he talks about Klopp. And he loved Klopp, and he cried when he had to leave, and Klopp cried as well for because he couldn't keep him, because at Dortmund they didn't have the money. And so there you see that another similar trait. However, he said the best coach, yeah, not manager is key. The coach, that means the guy is a coach, like he's a proper. He's more built like a Pep Guardiola. Who's demanding of you specifically, very, very specific details, where Klopp is more open and then he's more energetic and allows more room for the person to express some of his attributes. But yeah, as you can see, guys, man, the guy is someone very similar, and Lewis here says he's a nutter, mate, and his behavior won't suit us. What do you mean his behavior? What do you mean his behavior? Because his behavior is called at refs. He's what's so bad about his behavior? Let me know. I think the issue with the Zerbi is that he's obsessed with attack and ignores defense. We haven't been the best defensively this season. No, I think he can coach a way a team plays. However, he cannot coach. Look, you can't coach someone to be a naturally better player. When he had Cole, look the difference. Cole last season, uh, even though he's a young player, the ceiling is super high with him, and the guy can defend, can attack, can read the game. If he doesn't have someone of that ilk here, it will be very difficult. It's just like having when Arsene Wenger had Sondoros instead of a Van Dijk, let's say. If you got Sondoros, you can still play the same game. That's what I love about him. He's not going to be like, oh, I've got this person in my team. Let me just protect them. Let me just protect his weaknesses. No, he's going to say, bro, you need to step up. If you don't step up, we're Liverpool. We can change it, guys. If a player can't step up, we'll change it. Like Karius could have stepped up. Boom. Like, it's just like, imagine blaming Klopp for losing the final because what Karius has done. The issue that the Zerbi has with his defenders is that there's too many individual errors that's happening amongst them, and you can't really hate on that because that's not their level, guys. They're playing above their level. So to hold that concentration up for the 90 minutes of keeping position this is for elite players to handle. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. 50 likes is the aim, guys. Please do like it. If you guys come in, just please like that video, and then we'll get on to Everton and Liverpool in a second as well. Just finish this video, and we'll get into that as well, yeah? I hope we get Mourinho and he calls FSG out. Woo. Listen. I don't think it's worth destroying the team to just call out FSG. They'll just fire him and get someone else. I think the Zerbi is someone that can do it subtly, and I think he can connect with the fans as well.
Did you know by then that you thought this guy's destined for greatness?
Yeah, 100%.
Listen to this.
I told him as well. I don't know. He will go manage the biggest club in the world, and they're going to win the Champions League.
You keep saying City.
Wait. I don't think you guys just heard what he said. Say it again, please.
He's going to manage the biggest teams in the world. He's going to win the Champions League. Everything.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's not,
I'm not surprised either, but I think it's important.
If he would be coaching now of Arsenal or Man United, bro, different. They will be flying.
I think City going to try and get him.
You reckon?
DNA. He will give them a winning DNA, getting better every day.
Especially
winning DNA, guys, getting better every day. If it was Arsenal United he's at now, they'll be flying. He's at flying.
likes him.
I will take him. I love him.
Because says he'll take him. Interesting. Let's see. Your choices have been a bit crazy, you know what I mean? By asking for Solskjaer to sign the contract and everything. So you relax, yeah, because you don't really know what you don't know what you really want.
But the best people bring something new we ain't seen. Like we talked about transcending the game, like Pep, the way he's done it. Klopp brought something which was an energy and aggressive.
That's it, exactly. Pep brought the tick-attacker stuff and whatever, controlling the game. Klopp brought that counter-pressing stuff that we love to see, that high energy, high octane. And De Zerbi, he is, I'm telling you now, without a shadow of doubt, the best manager in playing through presses. Any team that wants to press, he is your worst nightmare. He is your kryptonite. So that's what he's bringing to the table. Let's be real. It's true. Look at United. They got Ten Hag, right? What was Ten Hag known for? Nice football, but was it defined? What is his specific trait of his teams that was so good? Nobody could name it. But we can name it with De Zerbi. We can name it with Pep. We can name it with Klopp. We can name it with Xavi Alonso now. Come on, guys.
That we hadn't seen for a while. We can go through all the managers who've done it. This guy's I think he's got the potential to do that type of stuff because he's so thought-provoking. Like he's saying, he's making players think. He's 32, experienced so much. He's still making him think and see new pictures. He's doing that he's making players that seemed okay, decent, average, look like world beaters.
There you go.
Look at the 11 that they just.
Average players are going to look crazy because, look, in the team surpasses an individual. If a team is on point, an individual can look so shit against that team. And that's what he is. He'll make the team so good that we won't even be thinking about individuals anymore. We love it. Mo Salah, Mo Salah. We want this guy. We want Diaz. We want guys. The team. When the team is functioning, when the team is absolutely flowing, it's beauty. It's beautiful. And then the other team absolutely like trash. They look like freaking third division players because the team has been set up so well. The connections are there. The mind, the focus, everything is there. And they're playing as a team and they're not thinking about numbers. They're not thinking about my individual numbers. I want to be known for this. No, they're not thinking that. It'll come. Guys, teams will clock you. For example, McAllister, Caicedo, people will absolutely pick you out. Just play your game. You know what I mean? Just play the game that the manager sets out.
Mop United up with.
Yeah, but then the game before that was very different to that 11. He's rotating players, rotating goalkeepers.
Even the goalkeepers.
Yeah, he's rotating the goalkeepers before Arteta.
How he's doing like transfers.
Data.
He looks at the player exactly what he needs. Like you can offer him now Saka, and if it doesn't fit to how he wants to play, he doesn't take it. No, thank you.
That's what I mean. That's the difference as well. He's saying these are what I need. That, and I don't care what the name is. Where is he from?
Exactly.
Oh, he's from Ecuador, Division 2. Oh, I'll take him. Yeah. Mitoma was studying.
Jeremy Boga. You know Jeremy Boga.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. We'll end it there because you guys can watch the rest of it yourselves. There you go. There's a broad someone that was within his camp. Yeah, it doesn't need to push De Zerbi on anyone. Doesn't need to sing his praise for what? He's not getting paid by him. However, there's some insight there that you guys can have a look and see for yourselves at the end of the day, guys. See for yourselves. Don't start listening to these Twitter heads that just don't know nothing and just saying silly stuff like I saw yesterday say, Potter left Brighton in 4th in September last season. Remember September last season, and this guy's got them at 10th and judging him by where he is now. Bro, he got Brighton into the Europa League, what Potter couldn't do ever. And the way he does it is by numbers. It means more at Liverpool, and I think that hashtag will go really well with him. Hashashin says, I hope we get Mourinho and calls FSG. I already talked about that. With De Zerbi, he's too hot-headed to the extent of disrupting our club. I don't think he's too hot-headed to disrupt the club. He's hot-headed, yes, in the game or after the presses, but how would he disrupt the club? I don't understand. Makes sense. Why would FSG want a dog that bites them? Yeah, all right, say that. Say maybe he will go after, he'll show frustration against the ownership, maybe. I can see that happening. But I don't see how he'll interrupt the team itself. Like, he's not one of those guys that's a Mourinho that's just won't talk to you. The guy will just be honest with you. He's upfront. And that's what players really appreciate. We need a manager with a winning mentality. Yeah, but listen, guys, you develop a winning mentality. You don't just have it. You have to develop it. Lewis is laughing at Rio. FSG are looking for a yes man. This is my thinking as well. I don't know if it's FSG, but Edwards, I don't think Edwards wants someone to, be too demanding of him and have his boundaries. I think he might cause Edwards an issue because he'll be on Edwards' case. Listen, I need this, I need that, and which Klopp was happy to go along with some of the stuff. You know what I mean? But eventually, even Klopp had to put his foot down against Edwards, and Edwards, I don't think wants anyone like that anymore. So maybe a complete coach. This guy's a coach though, but he's also a coach that wants and demands the best. I want a manager who can win the league, not stepping backwards. That is going to be difficult because then you've got to go for the top, and the top are all in jobs. And who are you going to prize away? We couldn't prize away Xavi Alonso. We couldn't prize away even Amorim, it looks like. So you guys tell me, man. And De Zerbi has been very complimentary of Liverpool. You know what I mean? Late, calm down. Klopp is staying. Yeah, that makes me always laugh. Let's get into. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit ill. I've got like a chest infection. Was it this one or this one? I think it was. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So let's get into the Everton game. This is gonna be my lineup. It's gonna be my lineup. I want to see in this game, honestly. I want to see because we want energy here, yeah. So I want to see Szoboszlai on the right wing, and then bring Salah on when the legs are tired. Let me just quickly answer Janet here. Who do you want? No business manager. I said it once or twice already. Like the Zerbi is for me, man. I need to see the Zerbi football at Anfield with the players that we do have, plus some more over the summer. And I can just see he's already got Ryan Gravenberch and McAllister, and I think we can go crazy with those two. Those two at the base. Trust me. Go look. Think he played there. What's his name? Ten Hag was playing Ryan Gravenberch at the double pivot in midfield. And the guy can turn on a suspense and go. He will drive, he will turn. Best guys with the touches, the turns, and drive. And he's got long strides. Open up so much room, so much space. Man, don't get me excited. Let's get Wenger in. All right, I will take Wenger over Mourinho any day of the week, bro. Any day of the week. In Amorim's games, I believe it's not over till it's over. Yeah, 100% that's true. It's not over. Maybe they're playing games here. Negotiations, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into the Everton-Liverpool game. It's going to be important that Liverpool continue the run. It's going to be a difficult game. It's at night at Goodison Park. It's going to be hostile. It's going to be crazy. We need players to step up. And for me, this is the formation I'm going for. I'm going for, obviously, Alisson at the back, Trent right back, Konate, VVD, Robbo, the originals. Endo, because we need some battling. Elliot, McAllister. Just trust me on this one, guys. Yes, they're going to be imposing. They're going to be big. They're going to have Onana. They're going to have Decore. However, there's no point trying to battle them that way because I don't think we have like a brute to deal with those guys. But the way we can be is nimble, footballing IQ, creating space, holding onto the ball a little bit longer to open up space or playing quicker. I think these guys have the minerals. Jota, 100%. The guy's a freaking machine when it comes to taking his chances. Diaz will occupy those guys. They'll have issues dealing with him. And Szoboszlai is my interesting pick ahead of Mo Salah. You guys let me know. Am I being too ridiculous here? Because I think the energy that he'll use up and down, especially helping Elliot, will be cool. At the same time, he's got decent amount of pace. He's not slow, guys. He's got decent pace, and he can create shooting opportunities for himself. Or him and Diaz can swap positions as well, because I like Diaz the way he played against Fulham on the right side. He become like more of a provider. He looked more natural there. Perhaps is something maybe we can look at going forward. But when he cuts in, usually Diaz is very, very ineffective. He gets in the way of people. He hesitates to shoot. You don't know when he's going to shoot. But maybe if he's going down the byline, he can definitely create chances and even create some havoc, get penalties. Everton do dive in, guys, especially Ashley Young. We'll see. And that's how he got penalty in the first game at Anfield in the season. So maybe that would be a good one. But yeah, that will definitely be my starting lineup. It's going to be Wednesday night kickoff. So Arsenal play tonight. And depending on their result, obviously we need to take advantage. We need to definitely take advantage of if Arsenal do drop points tonight, not the way they did it. Like, that would be the worst thing. The worst thing is not getting over the line because of some of the stuff that we did. And right now, we would be at top of the league if we just beat United and Crystal Palace. United and Crystal Palace. United, we had them on the ropes. We just couldn't see it through. And obviously, Crystal Palace, we had the chances, but obviously couldn't score. But that's going to hurt more than anything. Michael here says, what you think of Salah being dropped? I agreed with it. Sometimes, guys, you need that kick up the backside. You need that, because you can get complacent. You're a human being. Naturally, things start to become like you might feel a bit too comfortable. So sometimes it's good that someone, drops you, gives you a time rest. You can watch the game, how it's flowing, and then and jump back in and get back to your old self. We need a lot more of that. We need a lot more of that ruthlessness, I think. And I think going back to the Derby, I think he can provide that in the future. He's a guy that just takes no nonsense. He rotates a lot. The reason why he rotates is he's looking for the hunger from the players, and depending on the team as well that you're playing against. Salah would suit some teams, but some teams, let's be real, absolutely lock off Salah, lock him off the game, and he can't create or score. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, unless you're going to play Salah up front, which I don't like as well, because his hold-up play is not that great. And when I mean hold-up, he can hold off the defender, but I'm talking about making the correct pass straight after that, holding it up, who you passing to. Usually he tries to do a little bit too much, and we don't. But yeah, that's the team I'll go for. Danger men that we've got to watch out for, obviously, is the Corey's late runs. We need to look out for that. We need to look out for Onana's aggression, because he does love a tackle, guys. So Elliot and these guys need to move the ball very, very quickly. And I think if he's still available, because he's kind of injury prone, Calvert-Lewin could be an issue for us, depending. But if Liverpool be professional, we can win this game. They're gonna come at us with energy, lots of energy. But if we did what we did against Fulham, where we controlled the team, we controlled the pace, we didn't rush. What I liked about it is kind of we learned from the Atalanta game. You don't need to be rushing and losing the ball all the time. Let's just keep it, pass it back to the keeper if you have to, until we get the rhythm of the game. Once we got the rhythm of the game, Gakpo. You know what? I'm a bit harsh. I should definitely put Gakpo on the left. Sorry, put Gakpo on the left. Let me change it now. I'll change Gakpo. Gakpo. What was his number? I forgot his number. I forget his number. Yeah, let's put Gakpo on the right, and let's get Diaz, or not Ciaz, Diaz on the right. So there you go. That will be my lineup. Sorry, guys, just made a mistake. But yeah, get Gakpo, because he's coming into form, guys. You gotta like him. The guy's he likes to play the complete football, Dutch football, to feet. None of this chase the ball. He's not that. He's to feet, hold up off a man, driving, pass it, shoot. That's what he is, guys. And we need to start utilizing the strength of our players, and not start to play the same way all the time. Salah likes it over the top or through ball, like where he's chasing. Nunes likes that. Gakpo doesn't like that. Diaz doesn't like that. You know what I mean? Jota don't like that. They like it to feet, or Jota just likes it maybe like a little bit in front of him, not too far, man. Not like big strides, you know what I mean? Gerson says here, Gakpo, Jota, Szoboszlai front three. and bring on Diaz, Nunes, Salah to complete the demolition. You know what? I wouldn't mind that either, because then you've got free craziness coming off the bench, especially if we really need it, and you've got three guys with energy and pace. I see it. I see it. I see it. I can see it. Okay, guys, so let's have a bit of a prediction now. I want everyone to comment their score prediction, and I'll tell you guys mine. Whichever guy that matches me, I'll bring up the I'll give them a, I don't know what to give them right now. But yeah, just bring up your score lines and your predictions for who will score as well, and who will score. Let me know what the scoreline is going to be and who's going to score. I want him to play on the wing. I want Szoboszlai to play on the wing, because then he can interchange with Elliot anytime he wants. And I could see that working really well. Michael says 2-1. Who's scoring there, Michael? Oh, 0-0. Happened a couple of times. If I remember, it was going for the league. It went 0-0 at Goodison. Salah could have squared it to Mane. We would have scored, but he didn't. He went for it, and we missed. He missed, and we end up drawing the game. Well, we could have won it and won the league had we won that game, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, guys. Oh, Janet here goes 3-0 Jota, 2 Salah, 1. I like it. 3-0, yeah. We're probably going to concede. When was the last time we got a clean sheet, Janet? Hardly happens. But anyway, I'm predicting. Let me have a look what I've predicted, because I have to go to my. I like to be consistent. I don't want to change it. Unfortunately, I predicted. This is in my prediction group, right? I predicted a 1-1, so we might. The hostile environment might get to us, but that was before. I predicted that before the Fulham game, and the Fulham I saw really, really good signs. And I hope Liverpool can prove me wrong. And from the scorers, I'm gonna go for a Jota as well. I'm going for a Jota to score our goal. Jota Michael says Jota Gakpo to score. Gerson says 0. Liverpool 5. Jota 2. Mecca 1. Nunes 2. Very, very optimistic. I love it. If we did that, it would actually be a really good, message sent out to the other two. If we win 5-0, Man City and Arsenal will be taking notice. Fear could overcome them. City's got more experience than Arsenal, so maybe City might be easily can deal with that probably easily. However, Arsenal couldn't even take advantage when we lost 1-0 to Crystal Palace. So anyway, the rest of you guys, please do like the video. If you haven't liked it, like it now. Get us up to 50 subscribers. We're going to end the video here. I really, really enjoyed talking to you lot about Amorim and the options that we have. I don't know much about Slot, so I'm not going to be talking about players or managers that I don't know much about. I'm going to have to do some research on that guy. But part of me is thinking don't do research until it's more concrete. Because imagine doing all the research and then whatever the guy doesn't end up getting hired by us. So it's crazy. But one thing is that Tottenham wanted to get him before they went and got my man Populescu. Oh, sorry, I forgot how to say his name. Yeah, how to get the Tottenham manager. So yeah, that's about it. Lewis says it's gonna be 5-1 to Liverpool. Mac is gonna score 1, Jota 2, Diaz 1, Gakpo 1. Whoa! You lot, my God. There you go, guys. Do like the video. Janet says great stream, no beats. Keep it up, the great work. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys. Until next time, please look after each other and also make sure you try and make this grow. And also, we're going to bring some good membership videos as well. If you want to be a member, help us out. It will help the channel big grow. Our aim later on is probably get a studio, and that will help towards that. And then we can see each other all live, all the guys, and then we can discuss our stuff there. And we'll bring you multitudes of stuff. So if you want to be a member, do become a member, and we'll make some private videos, especially private call-ins with those that really support us, and then we'll get your questions in. We'll have fun anyway in there, and we can go really off topic as well. So until next time, guys, I hope you guys appreciated it, liked it, liked the video, and I appreciate your love, people. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great day and a great afternoon. Till next time, peace.